Ça marche?
Ça marche? Ouais. Okay, we're live. It's working? Yes. Oh, yay. Okay. I'm so sorry for this. I don't know what happened. This feels like this is horrible, but anyway, this is the thing about doing a live video. But we made it work. So, what I was saying like an idiot with nobody hearing me before was that I was pretty much saying that I'm gonna obviously call Noémie online in a few seconds, but just before I do, I just wanted to let you know that not everybody here has seen the film. So if you guys are gonna comment and ask questions, just please do not spoil the movie. You know, and don't spoil some very specific scene that we want to kind of leave for everybody else to discover. So if you want to ask more about, you know, the way that we work together, whatever question comes up to your mind, you know, how everything happened, that'd be great. Anything about the film, you know, as long as we don't spoil. So yeah, I'm gonna be speaking in English and then with Noémie, and then if some of you guys are French and want to hear some French, just kind of hello and we'll try and make sure we can make it work. Okay, so let me try and invite Noémie now. Yeah, we've got some people from Mexico. No spoilers. Hey!
Hello.
Hello. Yes, have fun.
This is my first live.
What I was saying, like an idiot with nobody hearing me before.
This is so funny. I think this is like what this global world crisis has brought, you know, kind of
No spoilers.
this
Hey!
strange way of
Hello.
communicating with everybody
Hello.
since you guys can't go into theaters and watch the movie.
Have fun.
So do we have
This is my
anybody
first
here
live,
that has seen the film?
Yeah, and it's my first two.
Hi.
This is so funny. I think this
From the
is like what
Philippines
this
as well,
Oh,
from
wow.
Spain.
global world crisis has
Wow.
brought, you know,
Nice.
kind of this
Italy.
strange way of
Yay,
communicating with
we've got
everybody
so many
since you guys
countries.
can't go into theaters and watch the movie.
Hey.
So
on
do
a
we
du
have
français.
anybody
We got some
here
French.
that has
Bonjour,
seen the
bonsoir.
film? Hi. From the Philippines as well.
Oh, wow.
Well, I guess before we talk about the
Wow.
film, Noémie, I did
Nice.
want to ask you a little
Italy.
bit about
Yay,
what's
we've
happening
got
right
so
now
many
with you
countries.
and the confinement.
Hey.
You know, what are you doing of your
on a
day?
du français. You got some French.
Nothing,
bonsoir.
nothing much. I'm with my dog right here.
So,
Sleeping.
well, I guess before we talk about the
Alone
film, Noémie,
by
I did want
myself.
to ask you a little bit
In
about
Paris.
what's happening
I
right
know.
now
There's
with
nothing
you and
much.
the confinement.
Movies
You know,
and
what are you doing of your day?
Yeah. food.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what about you?
Nothing much.
It's kind of the same. I mean, I guess I'm trying to write, but with everything that's happening in the world, it's a little bit difficult to be inspired, you know. But we're trying to write, watching movies as well, reading, you know, and yeah, that's what we're doing right now. But I guess what I miss the most is like, you know, seeing friends, having drinks, you know, and I guess hugging people, especially if you're on your own. At least, you know, I have someone here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have my dog. It's
Well, at least there's something to hug.
Yeah.
You know.
like
Yeah.
that.
So we've got some people asking.
Oh, it's going quick. The question.
Yes, but I see we've got someone who asked about where did the idea come from and why. I think I didn't catch the name, but you know I did catch the question. So yes, I guess if you guys are here, you all
Oh, and
yeah, hug the dog. If you guys are here, then that means that you all know about the movie Jumbo. Jumbo, it's about a young woman who is in search of who she is and her identity, and ends up finding it at night when she works at a fun fair park, you know, and finds it with one of the main attractions, a machine. Ends up falling in love with it and decides to tell her mother, who's not very happy about it, you know. So the way that the whole idea came from is that I was simply just reading an article about a woman who had fallen in love with and married the Eiffel Tower. And I guess that was quite strange, made me laugh and smile, you know. But it also got me really curious to just know more about this person whose name is Erika Eiffel. And, you know, I think the idea of marrying, not just like being in love and having that attraction towards an object, but going to the extent of marrying an object and publicly announcing it was so intense that I needed to know more. So then, you know, I started talking with Erika, and she really inspired the way that we decided to talk about the film, because we could have gone one way, which is talk about how weird the subject is, you know, but instead, and that's something that with Noémie we really talked about when preparing the characters, that we really just wanted to tell a love story, you know. Yeah, we all can't wait to see it in the cinemas as well. Sorry, I'm reading the comments at the same time. Oh, and someone said, why does Noémie look like me? Did you guys notice that we look a little bit alike or not?
Look what? J'ai pas compris. T'as dit quoi? J'ai pas compris.
Est-ce que les gens ont remarqué qu'on se ressemblait un petit peu?
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of people have been saying that we look alike, and I think, I don't know if you guys see that. Yeah, people, a little bit. You know, I think Noémie is much hotter than I am, but you know, I casted the better version of me, I guess, maybe, without wanting it or knowing.
Okay, what was the most challenging part about building your character?
Go for it.
I think it's the relation with Jumbo, with the machine, how to create. We wanted really to the spectator feels what the emotion of a love story, and it was hard to at the beginning to build this relationship, since it was not, you know, it was not. It was the first time I was playing with a non-human partner. So, yeah, this was the most hard part.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to make it easy for you. I tried to make him handsome and sexy, you know, just so it'd be a bit easier, but I don't know if that helped. So,
the oil scene.
Oh yeah, we can talk about that oil scene, but we don't want to spoil too much. Let's talk about orgasm, maybe. I mean, not in the literal sense, but, you know, this is a character that is figuring out who she is, and when you figure out who you are, you also figure out your sexuality. And I think Noémie, I think when we talked about the character, one thing that we really talked about was,
but we're trying
our relationship to our body,
out who she is, and when you figure out who you are, you
some
also
people are
figure out
making
your
fun of
sexuality.
development, sorry.
And I think,
but anyway, I'll continue.
Noémie,
So,
I think
yeah, we talked about, you know,
I think when we talked about the character, one thing that we really talked about
how we think about our body when we're discovering ourselves, and so obviously that comes with, you know, the first senses of sexuality and identity and all of that, and that oil scene we're talking about, which is an orgasm scene with the machine, was something that was very challenging for you, you know?
Tu peux me redire un petit peu
I'm going to translate for Noémie sometimes. Donc, je disais, la scène d'huile, je disais que le personnage, en fait, que le personnage, c'est forcément un personnage qui cherche son identité. Et donc, cette scène d'huile, c'est la première découverte de l'orgasme, mais en même temps, en tant qu'actrice, c'est une scène seule avec de l'huile ou une machine. Donc, quel était le challenge pour toi, tu vois, là-dedans, quoi?
Dans la scène d'huile, tu parles de cette scène vraiment?
Ouais, mais sans spoiler la scène, tu vois, on veut pas trop, mais juste, tu vois, le rapport de ce personnage qui cherche sa sexualité et son identité avec une machine, et avec de l'huile, la matière, le métal, tout, quoi.
Bah, pour moi, cette scène d'huile, donc on ne spoilera pas, elle était... En fait, je me suis complètement laissée guider par toi parce qu'elle était très technique. au niveau des positions pour que... Bah ouais, mais j'ai peur de spoiler maintenant. Donc elle était très technique et il fallait là-dedans, comme malgré tout, j'arrive à remettre un peu d'émotion, mais là, comment dire, je me laissais porter par ton idée forte, ta vision forte de la forme, en fait, de cette scène qui est vraiment dans la forme. Et très différente de toutes les autres scènes d'amour avec Jumbo. Où là, je devais créer vraiment un truc avec la machine. Et c'était presque un dialogue avec moi-même, avec Jeanne, un miroir en fait. Jumbo, c'est une machine et elle est beaucoup plus à l'aise avec les objets qu'avec les êtres humains parce qu'elle y projette aussi ce qu'elle veut. C'est plus neutre, elle a moins de... Ouais, elle est plus elle-même, elle est plus ouverte, plus large, plus envie. Et donc on a travaillé vraiment sur le corps, sur ce côté beaucoup moins fermé, beaucoup plus ouvert et heureuse quand elle est avec Jumbo, quoi.
Yeah, so just translating very quickly for the English-speaking people, our international crowd. Yeah, the thing with Noémie was talking about, the relationship with the machine and building that character. It was a lot about textures, whether it's with flesh, human flesh versus oil or versus metal or things like that. And it's obviously not something that's easy to do. But the hard thing was balancing the technical aspects of things and then keeping the sensuality and the emotions, even though everything, was always technical. We didn't have so many VFX, but so we tried to do a lot of it live, but still, because we're working with a machine, Noémie had to sometimes, Noémie was very constrained. She had to walk left or walk right, and oh, look at the cutie dog. This is really hard to be concentrated and talk about the movie and yet be looking at all your really cute comments and the cute dog and actually I had a beer somewhere because this is Saturday night and I don't even have that beer anymore. And I just want to say that I see Bendar commenting a lot. Yeah, Bendar, if you're watching, I know who you are. But anyway, so yeah, anyway, I did see another question that I thought was funny, was cool. Noémie, what was the funniest thing on set to do, or the funniest moments with the crew, maybe, or?
Oh, there was a lot of funny moments on set. I think it's the moment when it was funny and it was at the same time not funny at all. It was when I saw Emmanuelle Berthaud was playing my mother, and she was doing for the first time the Jumbo tour. How you say?
I think it's the moment when it was funny and it was at the same time not funny at all. It was when I saw Emmanuelle Berthaud was playing my mother, and she was doing for the first time the Jumbo tour.
And I was actually, it was the beginning of the shooting, and I told Louise that I was really scared of the
trailer when Noémie
of the
introduces her mother to
attractions and Jumbo,
attractions.
And I was actually
So when I saw Emmanuelle really, really, really scared, but she was dying on the attraction, and it was funny, and at the same time I was okay, I'm gonna quit the part and I'm gonna leave now. And yeah, and finally it went well. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying, but
yeah, well, the funny thing is that Noémie didn't tell me that she was afraid of attractions. I asked her, and I was like, "Listen, we're going to be playing with the cute machine. Are you comfortable with it? If we're going to be working on that, you need to be comfortable with it." She's like, "Yeah, no problem, no problem." And then when the scene actually happened, I guess everybody was just like, Noémie felt kind of scared, but I didn't know, and she just went on it, and then I thought she was playing the fact that she was scared, but no. And I think the fact that Emmanuelle was playing so well, the fact that she was scared of the ride, just made it even harder for you to get on there. But, I guess you push through. That's the thing, actually. There was a lot of sequences. I think it was your first time as well doing some kind of stunts, you know, because there's
C'est
lots
quoi
of
stunts?
Hein?
C'est quoi ça,
Stunts,
stunts?
c'est cascade.
Really scared, but
so it was
like
her first time
push
doing
through.
stunts, and you know, I
That's
think
the
that
thing,
was part
actually.
of the
There was a lot of
excitement of working on the
sequences. I
film
think
and
it was
doing
your
stunts
first
for
time
the
as
first
well
time, but
doing
at the
some
same
kind
time
of
it's a little bit scary, you know, being
stunts.
harnessed,
You know,
you know,
there's
going like
stunts.
10 meters high in the sky,
C'est quoi
and
ça,
you know,
stunts? C'est cascade.
pulled by a cable, and
Stunts.
your whole life depends
So it
on
was
the
your
stunt
first time doing
coordinators,
stunts,
and she
and
was,
you know, I
Noémie
think
was
that
really
was
cool
part of
about
the
it. She did
excitement of working
all
on
of
the
the
film and
stunts
doing
herself,
stunts
you
for
know,
the
we
first
had
time,
a
but at the
stunt
same time,
double
But I
that
was
worked
scared.
everything.
It was not fun for me at the beginning. But I would say it's the maybe the same thing that you can tell to yourself before to go this movie that okay, I'm scared. I don't know what I'm gonna see. Or when when you're scared to do an attraction, and this film is when you go, you accept to let go.
Yeah.
You accept to let go, and then when I did this scene and I had to jump on Jumbo and do the tour, it's the moment when I first create a link with Jumbo, because I was talking to Jumbo, saying to Jumbo that I was scared, you know, like you talk to, I don't know, to yourself or to God because you're too scared about something and you want to give you some force, some power, some energy, and some some
Reassure yourself.
yeah, and then I convinced myself as Jeanne, as I was playing Jeanne, and she was in love with this tour attraction. So I was pretending that I was enjoying it, and finally I was enjoying it, and so then I was connected to Jumbo after this scene.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw, wait, you know, one thing that you said was, that the movie was about letting go, and I think that's a really good way of actually talking about the film more generally as well, is that this is really about letting go of your fear. This is a movie about accepting who you are and accepting other people's differences. So yeah, it is about letting go. It's about letting go of our prejudices. It's about letting go of our fears, and it's about accepting each other. So hopefully it's a very, you know, positive message that we're trying to send out there with, you know, a story that seems extraordinary, but in a way is very universal in that quest for a search of identity or anything. So I see someone asking if the film is on Netflix. No, it's not for now. What happened is, obviously with COVID-19 all over the world, film cannot have an actual theatrical release. So we've had 3 countries with exception, which is Belgium, Luxembourg, and Holland, where you guys get premium VOD just for the time of the confinement, and then the movie goes back into theaters. But in France, it's going to be released in theaters as well as soon as the cinemas reopen. So we don't know when yet, but as soon as. And so everywhere else internationally, everything's kind of postponed and taking more time. So yeah. And ouais, William K en français, il y a des français. Yeah, so anyway, so the reason why we chose for only those 3 countries is that there are countries that also co-produced the film, and but I would smaller countries than France, and we kind of had to react really fast and chose to send it out on VOD. But you know, this is a movie for the theaters, so if you can go see it in the theaters, it'd be amazing. You would make my life, you know, a dream if you go see it in the theaters, and then send us comments on Instagram, whatever you guys want. So yeah, so I see other people asking, you know, why is it called Jumbo? Noémie, tu sais pourquoi il s'appelle Jumbo le film? Do you know why it's called Jumbo? Did I tell you?
C'était pas de rapport avec mais pas un rapport avec l'éléphant, un peu?
Yes,
quand même.
there was. the original idea of the name Jumbo was just I was just looking for a fun, cute nickname. And, you know, I grew up in Africa, and in some parts of Africa, in standard Africa, you say Jumbo Bwana to say welcome. So it kind of started from there, and then I quickly made the connection with the elephant Jumbo, which is more famously known as Dumbo, the elephant from the Disney. But the original elephant that the Dumbo, the Disney, is inspired from is called Jumbo. And I just love the fact that he was, so, how do you say, that this elephant was so special because he was the first elephant, I think, that was brought in Europe. And at the same time, he was very miserable because of the way he was treated. So I just thought it was a very empathetic character, the Jumbo elephant. So I really loved kind of giving that name to the machine. And I think it's cool. It's kind of short and catchy, and you know, hopefully you guys remember the name Jumbo, and it's easy to remember when you're talking about film to people, you know. Yeah, Noémie, we don't have a wine. I had my beer somewhere, but with this whole crisis at the beginning of this live, I kind of lost it in the midst of it. So I'm stuck without a beer. Oh, limonade, non mais c'est bien. I guess, you know, it's the cliche of French, we should be drinking wine, although we are, but not tonight. We're being very good in giving the example. So trying to read what you guys are saying. From Scotland, University's mascot. Oh yeah, Jumbo the elephant. Why did I choose Noémie for the movie? Well, that is very obvious, because she's a very good actress. But if you guys want a little insight on the casting, at the time, so we shot this movie about 1.5 years ago, almost 2 years ago now. So now it's like, with everything that's happening, it's being postponed, but, you know, Jumbo, c'est pas une marque de limonade au Congo. Peut-être, mais je sais pas. Maybe it is. But, what was I saying? I forgot. Je disais quoi?
Vraiment, il se dort jamais comme ça. Je ne l'ai pas drogué. Hein.
Yeah, it's true. Did you give him some drugs? He's just sleeping the whole way through, your dog. He's cute. Which part of Africa did I grow up? I grew up in the Congo, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and in Ivory Coast. Most of the time, more in Ivory Coast than the DRC, Congo. But yeah, until I was about 14 or 15, and then I moved to Australia. Yes. Quelle platform? We don't know yet which platform. The ones that I can tell you are the ones in Belgium and Holland. I think Universiné, Woo, BTV, Dalton. Les producteurs, si vous voulez mettre des commentaires parce que j'en ai oublié, allez-y. So producers, if you want to, like, I know you're there watching, so if you want to give out more info, but I think it's like, you can find it online where all the platforms it's on now. As for later, we don't know yet. We're trying to figure out now, you know, which platform it's going to be at. But it will be Proximus Lumière, j'ai oublié, voilà, platform. But it's going to be released internationally. I know it's going to be going to, I think, Thailand and Taiwan, and for now, for sure, but it's going to be going to more places in Canada, the US at some point as well. And you know, France, Belgium, Luxembourg, Holland, Japan, I think as well, and, you know, probably more countries. But we're just at the start, because, you know, what we wanted to do with Jumbo was really just show in festivals first, all over the world, and then, you know, it's after festivals that you start selling to countries so that it can show in that place, you know, in specific places. Anyway, t'es bilingue, Noémie, ou pas? Are you bilingual, Noémie?
Not really. No, I can. It's okay. I can speak English, but I don't have all the words that I need to speak, you know, perfectly.
Yeah.
The name of the dog is Gino.
Gino. It has it has an Italian
almost
name.
Jumbo.
Gino Jumbo, yeah, I think you were meant to. Oh, did you guys know that Noémie, before she was called Noémie, she was supposed to be called Zoe? So I think that's a sign.
When I was born, my name was Zoe, and then they changed a couple of days after.
Yeah. So I think, not only do we look alike, but we have the same name, so it was really meant to be, But yeah, I think, Noémie, I was curious to know what attracted you to the script. Like, why were you not like, this is a crazy story, I'm never gonna take that risk, and I'm not gonna do it, so I'm just gonna go for it. Why? I thank you for it, so I'm very happy you did, but...
I like to go towards movies or script or role that I'm not comfortable in the way that I'm scared, because you don't... Tu sors de ta zone de confort.
Yeah, you get out of your comfort zone?
Yeah, and I think that was an incredible love story, and I love love stories. And that one was like so different, so powerful. Like, I felt when I was reading the script that I was reconnecting with something, from like emotions, but from the inside also. I don't know how to explain that, but I think it's a movie that reconnects with our own sensibilities that are often maybe weird or different. Or I feel like Jeanne sometimes in a way that I feel sometimes out of the world, like, I don't know how to explain that, but not comfortable all the time with people, and I'm in my mind and my brain. I don't know how to say that. And so I think that it was interesting. I was in love being with her. And also I think she's a really strong woman. She is a woman with no age, or with all the ages, and that she is modern and strong because she has a desire, different desire, and she go towards these desires quickly, and quickly she asks her mother to understand it. And I think this is she I would not say the end, but it's a strong character. I think that's what I loved. And I love the relation with the mother, and how you deal with the fact that you're not exactly what your parents expected you to be, and how at what point you decide to be yourself and grab the end of your parents, and okay, this is me, come see. And so that I love too.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that and you talk about that, because I think when I was writing the script, and even when I met Erica Ethel, who's the person who inspired the story, the way that I personally connected to her was that capacity to to be okay with who she was, and to kind of say it out to people, this is who I am, and just take it or leave it, so I think that's a lot of what I tried to put in the script as well. It was, that search of identity, and just like, when I first wrote the script, it was about 8 years ago, so that was a long time ago. It was a difficult story to kind of bring to you and bring to the screen because of the subject matter. But obviously I was younger, very early 20s. And at the time I was also looking for, who I was, young adult, to search for your identity and sexuality. And I think I put a lot of that in the character, that shy character trying to kind of come out of her shell and, show to the world who she is. And I think for me, making that specific movie was kind of a way to say to the world, this is me. And you might think, because of the way I talk, or the way I look, or the way I dress, that I'm one person, but really the way of expressing myself, as an artist, is through the script, through the story, and specifically through the characters. So I think that, very glad that you saw that in the character, because that's really something that I was trying to kind of push forward, you know, and hopefully that, you know, you can take a little bit of that with you guys at the end of the film, you know. Do I have plans to make more movies like Jumbo? I have plans to make more movies, hopefully. Trying to make them. I have, you know, it depends. I try to not be like, oh, I need now to do movies like Jumbo. What I know I want to do are movies that are really heartfelt, movies that are universal in their emotions. And definitely I like the awkwardness of some subject matters. And I like to talk about outcasts, generally. I think I felt, you know, as an outcast kind of all my life, growing up as a foreigner in every country I was, and in a way it kind of shows in every story I sort of tackle, and I like just weird stories as well. So it can be all of that. It can be one of those elements, but I definitely want to keep making movies with at least one of those things in that, if not everything together, you know. But it kind of depends on the story, you know. Anyway, est-ce qu'on va faire des tours en avant-première? Yes. On va faire d'autres tours en avant-première, tout ce qu'on n'a pas pu faire en fait avant la sortie du film. I'm speaking French because this is for the French release. Tout ce qu'on n'a pas pu faire avant, en fait tout s'est arrêté du jour au lendemain, donc je pense qu'on va essayer de reprendre un peu tout ce qu'on avait de prévu en termes de promo dès que le film ressort. Après ça va être compliqué parce que comme vous savez, vu qu'il y a énormément de films qui vont sortir en même temps, il va falloir qu'on se démarque. Et c'est pas facile de se démarquer quand on est face à des énormes gros blockbusters américains, donc on a vraiment besoin de vous pour que non seulement vous en parliez autour de vous, que vous veniez voir le film, venez le voir avec des amis. Et voilà, ouais, Bordeaux, on adorerait. Bordeaux, c'est pas une ville facile de faire venir des films indépendants comme ça en fait. Mais on adorerait bien sûr venir vous montrer à Bordeaux. On va essayer en tout cas. Voilà. Mais donc voilà. Noémie, est-ce que tu veux dire...
J'ai pris 105 rouleaux de papier toilette pour les chiens. Ok.
Est-ce que tu as fait ta réserve toi, de PQ? Est-ce que tu es bien...
Oui.
Ah oui, oui, l'avant-première au Hall a été annulée malheureusement, mais l'avant-première au Hall, je pense que on va vraiment tout faire pour la refaire. Donc, gardez les yeux ouverts pour l'avant-première au Hall.
À Nantes, ça serait bien, c'est ma ville en plus.
Ah voilà, la ville de Noémie. C'est quoi ta musique qui te berce pendant ton confinement? What's your music during your quarantine? What are you listening to?
Qui? Toi?
Toi?
J'arrive pas à écouter de musique.
Ah, c'est vrai? Tu restes dans le silence?
Ouais.
Ah ouais. Non, moi, je mets de la musique tout le temps. Mais bon, enfin, tout le temps, j'écoute plein de trucs différents, mais évidemment, j'ai beaucoup écouté Manu Dibango qui nous a quittés malheureusement à cause du Covid-19, et moi, c'est un artiste qui a bercé mon enfance. Après, j'aime bien le dernier, justement, j'aime beaucoup le dernier album de Christine Hawkins qui vient de sortir, j'aime bien. Voilà, donc elle fait des lives aussi sur Instagram, donc je suis aussi ça. De temps en temps, je vais la voir. Voilà. And someone asked me if I thought that Jumbo was a political film, un film engagé, I don't know how you say that has a statement. I definitely think it is a film that is engagé. It's not politically making a statement, but it's more a social statement about the way that we interact with each other and the way we talk to each other, the way we look at each other, the tolerance we have for each other. And I think specifically now, because of everything that's happening in the world, we need to have so much solidarity, and that solidarity is about, it's whether it's solidarity with people that look like you and are the same as you, or people that are very different from you, just giving that helping hand. So I think, it's a movie that encourages that and that kind of love, and it might feel cheesy a little bit, but in a way it's so important specifically now, so hopefully, people that can go and watch this movie are entertained, but also come out with thoughts and discussions and debate, things to talk about after the film.
Des films qu'on a conseillés en confinement.
Vas-y, commence.
Moi j'ai re-regardé Fenêtre sur cour. Comment tu dis en anglais, c'est quoi?
Hitchcock's film, Through a Window. How do you say that? What's the title in English? I don't know. People peeping, like looking at each other. Nobody. Anybody can comment? Give us the answer. That's a good question. Noémie, what is your favorite? Unless it spoils the movie, but what's your favorite scene in the film?
The favorite scene in the film or shot in the film?
It's Rear Window. Sorry, that's the previous question, like Hitchcock. Sorry, we're delayed a little bit. Rear Window, yeah. And yes, your favorite scene in the film.
Oh. Mais à tourner ou à regarder, c'est pas pareil.
Well, maybe tell us both. Your favorite scene to watch or your favorite scene to shoot? And tell us both.
I love mais je vais spoiler.
Okay, don't spoil then. What were you?
I love the end, but I will not say what it is.
Okay.
But I love, I love to shoot the end, and I love to watch the end.
Oh,
The last one, I love.
Cool.
So I will not say what it is.
Yeah. So someone asked, what was the most challenging thing about writing the script? The most challenging thing about the script was finding the right tone, because this is a very difficult subject for people to understand. So I wanted people to have empathy. I wanted to allow people to laugh with the film as well, and then I wanted people to potentially cry if they were touched by the film. 1 second. She was trying to hide. I'm like, I'm gonna put her on the spot. So finding the right tone, and then it has to be fantastical, but also grounded, because this is inspired by a true story. So it's a lot of mix of genres, and that specific tone that hopefully is unique to the film was what was the hardest, and making sure that I could sell the idea to people and to actors already on the script, even though they hadn't seen the way that it was going to come out and look, that they would trust me from what I would tell them, but also from just reading the script, that it was detailed enough that they could just have faith in the story, the script, that it would be and work out well, Sarah, go Sarah. How long have you had Gino, Noémie?
He is 7 months. I had him at 2.5 months.
He's already really big, the dog, right?
Yeah, but it's just 7 months.
Yeah, c'est fou. It's gonna get so much bigger. Gino a beaucoup de succès, ouais, effectivement, ouais.
Oui, il y a peut-être une petite réponse à... Ah, et il ouvre les yeux.
Gino, tu veux lécher la caméra?
Je sais pas si vous avez... I don't know if you notice it, but it exactly has the face of the emoticon. You say emoticon?
Yeah, emoticon, yeah.
Of the dog on iPhone. The sides here in the white and the brown.
Yes, indeed. Do we want to work together again? Noémie, do you want to work with me again?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yes. Of course.
Yeah, it was Noémie is a very complicated actress, so I have to think about it again, but no, I'm kidding. No. Noémie's very easy on set. Obviously, you've all seen it. She's a great actress. She can do anything. She can be a very, controlled character. She can be a very extreme character. She can, be crazy. She can be super smart. So yeah, she's for sure. For sure, I would work with her again. I'm actually, when I'm writing my new scripts, I'm thinking, oh, could Noémie do this? Let's see, So yeah, hopefully we work together again. We have to find the right project, but hopefully we do work again together. So, and thank God at the end, even though this was a really hard shoot, Noémie, because we were very ambitious with the story, but even though it was a hard shoot, the actors and myself, Bastien Bouillon, the other actors, I want to give him a shout out because he's an amazing actor.
Kind of had to react really fast and
maybe
chose
she's
to
watching us,
ambitious
maybe not.
with the
I don't know.
story.
There've been question. I
Even
saw a
though it was
question
hard
about
shoot,
Emmanuel, but
the
how it
actors
was like it was to
and
work with
myself,
her and how is
Bastien
she
Bouillon, the other
when
actors, I want to
she's
give him a
acting.
shout out.
Actually,
He's an
it was
actor.
so much fun with Emmanuel.
Emmanuel Berco.
But like,
Maybe she's watching us.
she
Maybe
is
not. I don't
really,
know.
really generous
I saw a question about
actress
Emmanuel that how
and
it was like
really
was
funny
to
also.
work
So
with her and
it's
how
and she's not scared. She like to go. She doesn't have. She it's not that she doesn't have limits, but she likes. We're kind of the same, just to propose, and it was a good triangle between Zoe, Emmanuel, and I, and even if she is a director, I think for you it was cool because she was not telling you anything except if you were asking something.
Yeah, I think the thing with you guys as two actresses, you guys are so physical and you're not afraid of touching each other, falling on the floor, or hugging each other, being very close. There's something very physical, and that's really something that I needed for the characters. So when we did castings, there was obviously one casting which was about making sure that Noémie and Emmanuel would fit and have some kind of connection. And from the very first time we tried that, it was obvious that there was a real connection. And I think, we're all kind of friends now after the film as well, staying in touch. So yeah, no, it was really cool. I see the time and I see that we are, extending. So I don't know, maybe we can take maybe one or two last questions. And then we're gonna have to leave you guys because pretty much because I had no connection at the start. I see the time and I see that like my whole family has had to rush out of the room. So I think they're all having like a beer or something in the bedroom. So I'm gonna have to release this room.
Maybe one or two last questions, and then we're gonna
Any
have to
deal
leave
with
you
US
guys because
distributors?
pretty much because I had no connection at the
Soon
start.
it
I
will
had
be
to go
coming
to
out to the
my
US.
room,
Don't
and
worry.
like my whole family has had to
So
rush out.
do we have one
So I think
more
they're all
question?
having like a beer or something in the bedroom. So I'm gonna have to release this room.
Good question. Noémie, was there a lot of improvisation on the film? How did you feel that?
Not that much actually. I mean, oh là là, beaucoup de vent. There was improvisation, but they were cadrés, comment tu dis?
They were improvs, but they were within some kind of confines, like
Yeah, like we had a lot of more maybe with Emmanuel when we were, we had the dialogues, everything, but sometimes we were proposing new stuff, proposing new energy, new dialogues sometimes, but yeah, I would say a little bit, but what do you say?
No, I would say that's true. I mean, the thing is, because it was a very specific script, and like I said before, the tone was really important to get. So we couldn't really go so far away from the dialogue, and we couldn't really go completely free. But I wanted to make sure that the performances were really authentic, and that it felt very instinctive. So
the thing is, because it was a very
we
specific
would set up
script,
the
and like I
scene,
said
the
before, the
blocking,
tone
but
was very
then
important to get.
Noémie and Emmanuel
So
kind of really
they
make it
couldn't
their
really
own.
go
And if they
so
wanted
far
to
away
change
from the
something
dialogue,
as they were
and couldn't
acting,
really
or
go.
change even not the dialogue necessarily, but change the rhythm that we had put in place. We kind of let it be, and I also made sure I really wanted to make sure that Noémie had enough takes to express herself, so we could really try some things. Because we would do sometimes 7, 8, 10 takes, and not because the performances were not good, but just because we're like, okay, we have this, but let's try and get the character a little bit further there, and so we're trying something.
Yeah, and we were trying to find different energies, different, and sometimes we had to get out of the road of the dialogues and everything to come back better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, because it's a story about also two women, but we're
expecting me to say women, so I say.
Oh yeah? No.
But no, I'm talking about the people because I make mistake all the time. I say women
Instead of
women.
Yeah. I don't know if the film is going to go to Mexico yet, but we're going for South America as well. We're trying to get it out there. If you guys want to see the film in your country, make sure distributors know about it, or that there's something going on in your country to bring the film to you guys, because we're trying to get it all over. It's just
that we had put in
sometimes
place,
it's not
we
easy.
kind of let it be,
Sure people
and
see
America
it
as well.
and
We're trying to get it out
some
there.
people from
If you guys want to see the film in your
show
country,
it.
make sure
So,
distributors
but
know
hopefully,
about it,
they'll do a
that
big
there's
festival
something going on in your
once
country to
everything
bring the film to
reopens,
you guys,
festivals and
because
everything.
we're trying to
We
get
were
it all
supposed to
over.
go,
It's just sometimes
to
it's
Russia,
not easy. We just
Turkey,
have to
and
make sure
everything
people
with
want to
festivals with the
see
film.
it,
So
and
hopefully we'll go
like
again.
some people from the profession want to show it.
In
So
the US
yeah,
as well,
but hopefully
Canada,
it'll do a big
lot of
festival
places.
run once everything
So yeah,
reopens,
women.
festivals and everything.
I think you got
We
a
were
few
supposed to
women
go,
with your women,
to Russia, Turkey, and everything with festivals
okay,
with the film.
guys.
So hopefully we'll go again.
I think I'm really gonna have to release this living room.
US as well, Canada,
But I want to thank
places.
everybody for being here. I want to thank
So yeah,
everybody for
women's.
not
I think
spoiling
we got a
anything.
hidden with women's.
Everybody for interacting. This was fun. Really cool questions. And yeah, Noémie, do you want to say a little something before we end this live?
Yeah, I don't want to end.
I know, right? This is so cool. We're like having a conversation. I know, but
no, but I'm so alone. I'm so by myself. Yeah, someone was asking how is your confinement going. I don't really like to be alone. I'm not used to be alone for such a.
Especially when you're an actress and you're on set all the time or doing promotional tour, you're always surrounded, by either professionals or friends, or like we're not used to being, and
yeah.
I think about you guys.
I think it's good at the end, but to be back, but it's such a terrible moment. I mean, for a lot of people, so really cool questions.
Exactly, and I think especially being alone, you spend that much more time.
I think about you guys. I think it's good at the end, but
we all feel how horrible it is out there.
To be back, but it's
we're all out there at 8 p.m. clapping for the
a lot of people,
all these guys that are
exactly.
putting
I think
their lives at
being
risk
alone,
and trying to
spend
save
that
other
much
people.
more time.
Yeah. And I think the more alone you are, the
and
more
saying,
you're looking at that, and
we all
also
feel how horrible
taking
it is
it,
out
the
there,
anxiety
and,
of that. So
and we're all out there at 8 p.m. clapping for
that's
the
why
hospitals
it's
and
cool to do
all
live
these guys that
here
are
and there, and it's also fun to call each other up. I hope you guys are also enjoying like Skyping or FaceTiming with people, sharing recipes with people, or sharing yoga tricks. I don't know if you guys are doing yoga, all of that. It's cool. It's all about sharing.
Yeah.
So I think my producers want me to remind everybody
sharing
that
recipes
Belgium,
with
Holland,
people, or
can
sharing yoga tricks.
on
I don't know if you guys are doing
but
yoga.
only right now.
All of
Because
that.
as soon as confinement is over, we're taking it up and bringing it back to theaters. So yeah.
Well,
Noémie,
thank you.
tu dis encore un truc ou pas?
To go see this, if you can, go this incredible.
Ouais, vas-y, non.
If you can to see this incredible movie that I'm really proud that I did with like actors that I really love, like Emmanuelle. I don't know if she's watching us. I hope.
If she's watching, we're sending her love, and Sam Louis as well. I don't know if he's watching.
Yeah, and
sending him love. So yeah.
And watch this movie as soon as you can. And I think we can give positive energy to all the nurses and doctors and patients and people who are working now. Maybe it's good. And thank you to everybody.
Yeah. And don't hesitate if you can help your neighbor, or even, if you guys were supposed to go see a doctor and it's been canceled, maybe if you can't afford it, still pay it because they're independent and they're going to need all the help to make sure they survive this crisis. You know, we're authors and artists and we're independent as well, and it's not an easy moment for anyone. So yeah, any solidarity, anything you can think of, or, you know, just trust your gut and go along with it. So cool.
Stay safe too.
Stay safe, stay home, and thank you for watching, everybody, and have a great night or day, depending on where you are in the world. Thank you guys, and, you know,
Say bye.
enjoy the film if you haven't seen it. Bye, Gino. Ciao. Bye.